Hey folks, I need your undivided attention today, because what we're about to discuss isn't just another health tip, it's a serious wake-up call. Picture this. A 68-year-old man from Texas enjoys a seemingly harmless lunch, a few slices of store-bought roasted deli meat. Hours later, he's rushed to the ER, severe liver damage, a sudden spike in blood pressure. Tragically, he passes away just 3 days later. Sounds distant, right? But this kind of thing happens quietly, every single day, right? On the dinner tables of many American families, there are certain meats that seem harmless, meats we've eaten since childhood, but after the age of 60, they could become silent killers, causing a host of problems: a weakened liver, failing kidneys, high cholesterol, aching joints, frequent nighttime urination, insomnia, and a persistent, unexplained fatigue. Many of you might think, oh, it's just old age. But that's not always the case. The meats you eat every day could be the underlying cause. But don't worry, because today I'm going to pinpoint those specific meats and the wrong eating habits so you can make timely adjustments to protect not only your health, but the health of your entire family. Right now, let's look at 5 types of meat that seniors should absolutely avoid if they don't want to shorten their lifespan. First up, overly crispy bacon or other deep-fried fatty meats. Perhaps no breakfast meat is more beloved by many than that perfectly crispy slice of bacon. Golden brown, the fat crackling, a true classic. But after 60, this seemingly innocent dish is like a trap, a sugar-coated poison pill that many are unknowingly feeding their bodies. That I once met a lady, over 70, from rural Ohio. Every day she'd have a few slices of very crispy bacon, fried up by her family and kept in the fridge. She'd say, "I've eaten salty, fatty food since I was a kid. It's a habit. I miss it if I don't have it." But then, one day, her legs swelled up. Walking became difficult. She was up 3 or 4 times a night to use the restroom. Her face always looked tired, and her memory was noticeably declining. When she finally saw a doctor, his words were a shock. Stage 2 kidney failure, severe fatty liver, high cholesterol. And the very first thing the doctor banned? Completely stop eating crispy fried bacon and other fried fatty meats. Here's why. The saturated fat in meats like bacon or fatty pork belly, when fried at high temperatures, transforms, producing harmful compounds like acrolein and increasing trans fats. These clog arteries, make the heart work incredibly hard, and force the liver and kidneys to overwork, trying to filter out toxins. And it doesn't stop there. This type of dish also causes visceral fat to accumulate, leading to a large belly, an enlarged liver, and an increased risk of stroke. Crispy fried meat might sound delightful, but it's a killer in a delicious disguise that it silently, patiently damages every blood vessel, every cell, every joint, insidiously. That doesn't make you collapse immediately. Instead, it slowly pushes you into a twilight of declining health without you even realizing it. More seriously, seniors who regularly eat overly crispy bacon or other fried fatty meats are highly prone to chronic insomnia, widespread joint pain, high blood sugar, a weakened immune system, and scariest of all, their liver and kidneys may lose the ability to recover, even after they stop eating it. Compared to someone who practices moderation, a person over 60 who frequently eats these meats has a significantly higher risk of stroke, high cholesterol, and heart failure, according to statistics from National Health Institutes. If you're feeling healthy now and thinking a few slices won't hurt, please remember, the consequences don't come immediately, but they will come. They come when your legs are no longer steady, your hands tremble, your eyes are dull, and you're overcome with fatigue without understanding why. I sincerely hope that starting today, you'll reconsider your meals. That if crispy fried meat is on the menu, ask yourself, this tastes good, sure, but is it worth sacrificing my health, my memory, and my longevity? Let's be honest with each other. Are you eating these types of meats every week? And if after this video you decide to change, try leaving a comment. From now on, I'll limit fried fatty meats to live longer. That will be the first step to living joyfully, healthily, and consciously. Second on the list, certain store-bought roasted meats and many deli counter cold cuts. You see that roasted chicken or turkey at the supermarket deli, or those pre-packaged deli meats. They look convenient, right? But little do you know, some of these products can be insidiously damaging your liver and kidneys day by day. Especially for those over 60 that I once heard about an elderly gentleman from suburban town who'd regularly buy pre-cooked roasted chicken from the grocery store for quick meals. At first, he seemed fine, but over time, he developed unexplained fatigue and digestive issues. Eventually, tests revealed elevated liver enzymes. When doctors looked into his diet, the convenience of those store-bought roasted meats came under scrutiny. The reality is some commercial roasting and deli meat operations may use high levels of sodium, preservatives like nitrates and nitrites, and other additives to enhance flavor, extend shelf life, and improve appearance. Some places might even use solutions injected into the meat to keep it moist. These can make the dish look appealing, but simultaneously introduce unwanted substances into the consumer's body. For seniors whose livers are already working harder and kidney filtration function may have declined, ingesting these chemicals and excessive sodium regularly is like forcing their organs to carry an extra load until they gradually become exhausted. Not only that, these substances can contribute to long-term health issues such as high blood pressure, increased risk of heart disease, and potential damage to the digestive system. Eating a few slices of certain deli meats or store-bought roasted items might seem convenient, but the trade-off could be a slow decline in health. Don't let convenience shatter your health from within. If hearing this today, you feel a jolt, that's a good thing, because it's never too late to make informed choices. Just one decision to be more mindful can make all the difference. And if you've been relying heavily on these kinds of processed or pre-cooked meats, or know someone who does, please leave a comment. I'll be more cautious with processed and store-roasted meats. A gentle reminder can protect your health. Third, very salty stews, casseroles, or pot roasts, especially when leftovers are reheated multiple times. I'll never forget a meal with my neighbor, who's also in his 70s. He told me, I just make a big pot roast to last the whole week. I make it extra salty so it tastes good and keeps. I asked him, have you been feeling tired lately? Having trouble sleeping? Or frequent bloating? He nodded and said frankly, probably just old age, son. But it wasn't that. It was that very salty leftover meat dish reheated again and again that was silently damaging his stomach, liver, and cardiovascular system. Think about it. When meat is cooked and then reheated multiple times, especially with high salt content, proteins can undergo further changes, and if not stored properly, bacterial growth can occur. More significantly, the high sodium content itself is a major concern. Each time you eat it, your blood pressure can silently rise. Your kidneys have to work like an old machine running at full capacity to excrete the excess sodium. What's scarier is that no one warns you. No one notices. You just think you're being convenient, avoiding waste. Our grandparents ate leftovers, you might say, but our modern diets are often already high in sodium from other sources, and our bodies change as we age. Why do we cling to old habits? While our digestive system, heart, and kidneys are crying out for help every day. I asked my neighbor again, suppose there was a food that made you age 10 years faster. Would you still want to eat it? He smiled sadly, shook his head, and said nothing. Perhaps at that moment, he understood that a hearty stew or pot roast isn't bad in itself, but it should be made with moderate salt, and leftovers should be handled and reheated safely, and not kept for too many days. Don't cook one pot to eat for an entire week if it means excessive salt and repeated reheating of the same portion. But don't think saving a few dollars today is true savings, because future medical bills due to conditions exacerbated by high sodium intake could be far more costly. If you're listening to this, I hope you'll pause for a moment and look at your own habits. Are you repeating that mistake every week? If the answer is yes, and today is the first time you're truly reconsidering, I invite you to leave a comment. I will be more mindful of salt and reheating leftovers from today. A simple statement, but who knows, it might open up a new path to healthy living for you. However, the key lies in the cooking method. While delicious, deep frying fish negates many of its benefits and adds unhealthy fats. Baking, grilling, broiling, or steaming are excellent choices. A simple baked salmon with lemon and herbs is both healthy and flavorful. The good news is, fatty fish like salmon are widely available, and canned options like sardines or salmon offer a convenient and affordable way to get omega-3s. But for optimal effectiveness, aim for at least 2 servings a week. Avoid heavily breaded and fried fish options often found in restaurants. Do you often eat fatty fish? And have you ever paid attention to how it's prepared? If, after hearing this analysis, you intend to try incorporating more baked or grilled fish, please leave a comment like, "I'll try baked salmon this week instead of fried fish." Who knows? That small change could be a big turning point for your health in old age. Third, lean cuts of beef like sirloin, tenderloin, or lean ground beef, 90% lean or higher. Among red meats, lean beef is a choice that seniors can still include moderately for its benefits, as long as the right cut is chosen and cooked healthily. Unlike fatty cuts like prime rib or heavily marbled steaks, lean beef contains very high levels of iron, heme iron, which is easily absorbed, zinc, and vitamin B12. This is an essential trio that helps prevent iron deficiency anemia, a cause of fatigue and weakness, maintain nerve function, and support cognitive health. Many older adults frequently experience fatigue, weakness, or cognitive fogginess, and an insidious iron or B12 deficiency could be a contributing factor. Importantly, the iron in beef is heme iron, which is much more easily absorbed than non-heme iron from plant sources. Thanks to this, a modest portion of lean beef in a stew or a small, grilled lean steak with plenty of vegetables can support red blood cell health and help prevent that washed-out, tired feeling. Additionally, zinc in beef helps enhance wound healing and boost immunity, particularly useful for seniors. However, to ensure it's healthy, avoid frying beef in a lot of oil or charring it at high temperatures, as this can create harmful compounds. The most suitable cooking methods are grilling, broiling, baking, stewing until tender, or using lean ground beef in dishes like chili or meatloaf with lots of vegetables. This makes it easy to eat and doesn't put excessive pressure on the stomach. Lean beef, if consumed in moderation, e.g., a couple of times a week, cooked correctly and in appropriate portions, can be a beneficial part of a senior's diet, helping maintain physical strength and energy levels. If you used to think all red meat was off limits for older adults, I hope your perspective has broadened today, and if you find what I've just shared useful, please leave a comment. I will choose lean cuts of beef and cook them healthily. A small change, but it can help you feel stronger every day. Fourth, eggs. While not meat in the traditional sense, eggs are an incredible source of high-quality protein and essential nutrients, often called nature's multivitamin, and are excellent for older adults. They are affordable, versatile, and easy to prepare and eat. Eggs are packed with complete protein, meaning they provide all 9 essential amino acids. This is crucial for maintaining muscle mass and strength, which, as we've discussed, is vital for seniors. They're also a fantastic source of choline, a nutrient extremely important for brain health, memory, and nerve function. Many older adults don't get enough choline, and eggs are one of the best dietary sources. Not only good for the brain and muscles, eggs contain lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that are beneficial for eye health, helping to protect against macular degeneration and cataracts. They also provide vitamin D, especially if the chickens are pasture-raised or fed vitamin D-enriched feed, which is important for bone health and immune function, and vitamin B12, crucial for nerve function and red blood cell formation. For a long time, eggs were unfairly demonized due to their cholesterol content. However, for most people, dietary cholesterol has a minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels, and the numerous benefits of eggs outweigh this concern, especially when eaten as part of a balanced diet. Older adults can typically enjoy an egg a day, unless advised otherwise by their doctor due to specific health conditions. Boiled, poached, scrambled, or in an omelet with vegetables, eggs are a fantastic and easy way for seniors to get top-notch protein and a host of other vital nutrients. If you've been hesitant about eating eggs regularly, today might be the time to reconsider their benefits. And if, after hearing this, you find it useful, please leave a comment. I will incorporate more eggs into my healthy eating plan. Sometimes the simplest foods offer the biggest health rewards. Fifth, legumes such as beans, lentils, and chickpeas, an excellent plant-based protein alternative. While this list focuses on meats, it's crucial to include legumes as a fantastic, heart-healthy, and budget-friendly protein source, especially for seniors looking to diversify their protein intake or reduce meat consumption. Legumes are powerhouses of nutrition. They are loaded with plant-based protein, which is essential for muscle maintenance and repair. They are also exceptionally high in dietary fiber. This fiber is critical for digestive health, helping to prevent constipation, a common issue for seniors, stabilize blood sugar levels, and lower cholesterol. That a diet rich in fiber from legumes can significantly contribute to heart health and reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, legumes are packed with important micronutrients like folate, iron, non-heme, magnesium, and potassium, all of which play vital roles in energy production, nerve function, blood pressure regulation, and overall well-being. They are naturally low in fat and contain no cholesterol. Incorporating legumes into meals can be as simple as adding chickpeas to a salad, making a lentil soup, or enjoying a side of black beans with a meal. They're incredibly versatile and can be used in stews, casseroles, dips like hummus, and even baked goods. For seniors, especially those who may find meat harder to digest or chew, well, cooked legumes can be an excellent, easily digestible protein option. That if you're looking for ways to boost your protein and fiber intake healthily, consider making legumes a regular part of your diet. If this inspires you to explore more plant-based protein, please leave a comment. I will try adding more beans and lentils to my meals this week. A simple addition can lead to significant health improvements that you've journeyed with me through a very special exploration, from learning to avoid 5 types of meat or eating habits, to discovering 5 excellent protein sources to nourish your body after 60. This isn't just nutritional knowledge. It's an important shift in how you care for yourself daily. I sincerely thank you for your patience in following along this far, because it shows you're truly serious about your health. And if you find what I've shared useful, please like the video and share it with your relatives and friends so everyone can live healthier and longer lives every day. But it doesn't stop here. Knowing what protein sources to choose is only half the journey. Because if cooked incorrectly, eaten at the wrong time, or paired with the wrong foods, even the best choices can become more harmful than beneficial. So, how can you double the effectiveness of these healthy options? Right now, I will share with you 4 golden rules for eating well after 60, not only for maximum absorption, but also to help keep your liver healthy, bones strong, sleep well, mind sharp, and live past 90 without relying on countless supplements. Please keep listening. This is the most important part. Golden rule number 1, prioritize healthy cooking methods. Say no to deep frying and excessive charring. A piece of tender, sweet-baked chicken or a bowl of hearty lentil soup simmered with aromatic vegetables will nourish an older adult's body gently, quietly, like dewdrops seeping into the earth. Meanwhile, a piece of heavily breaded, deep-fried meat or grilled food charred black and smoky, no matter how fragrant, is like a small, smoldering fire, gnawing away at blood vessels, the liver, kidneys, and every aging cell in the body. This first principle isn't new, but it's something many of you overlook. The cooking method significantly impacts a food's value and can even decide whether that food is still a good choice or has become a burden on the body. When meats are deep-fried at high temperatures or heavily charred, proteins can be damaged, and harmful compounds like advanced glycation end products, AGEs, heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, can form. These are factors that can accelerate aging, potentially damage liver cells, contribute to unhealthy blood lipid levels, and raise the risk of atherosclerosis and certain cancers. Conversely, baking, roasting, grilling without heavy charring, poaching, steaming, and stewing are methods that preserve nutrients, minimize the formation of harmful compounds, keep meat tender and easy to digest, and are suitable for the potentially more sensitive stomachs and reduced digestive enzymes of older adults. It's interesting, But the older we get, the more our bodies need gentleness in every dish. Not too many heavy sauces or excessive spices. No need for super crispy, deep-fried textures. Just a piece of tender, well-cooked meat or fish with natural flavors is enough to warm the heart. Easy to absorb and healthy from within. From today, ask yourself, is the way I'm cooking this meant to nourish or to temporarily satisfy a craving for a certain texture? And if the answer is to live healthily, please remember this golden rule as a guiding principle in your kitchen. That if you agree, please leave a small comment. I choose baking, grilling, and stewing to live more lightly and healthily. A seemingly simple change, but it can open up an old age of peace, free from illness. Golden rule number 2. Eat your protein with plenty of vegetables and whole grains to balance, get fiber, and prevent disease from the root. Protein, no matter how good, if eaten alone without the companionship of fiber-rich vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, is like walking alone on the path of health. Easy to get sidetracked, tired, and stop midway. Older adults often complain, I don't eat much, but why is my stomach always bloated? My body feels heavy, and I'm reluctant to move. A large part of the reason is that meals lack fiber, colorful vegetables, and natural vitamins to balance the protein and any fats consumed. Think of it this way. Protein needs partners. Eating protein without enough fiber from plant foods can lead to digestive issues. And when the body doesn't have enough fiber to aid digestion and elimination, the consequences can be constipation, unhealthy cholesterol levels, blood sugar swings, and even an increased risk of certain diseases. Meanwhile, if you eat your protein with vegetables like broccoli, spinach, bell peppers, carrots, or whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, or oats, your digestive system will be supported in processing nutrients efficiently. Fiber will help manage cholesterol and blood sugar, and you'll nurture beneficial gut bacteria. An extremely important factor in immunity in old age. A piece of grilled chicken with a large side of steamed broccoli and a small portion of quinoa. A bowl of lentil soup packed with carrots, celery, and onions. Seems simple, but it's the golden formula to keep the intestines healthy, prevent colon issues, stabilize blood pressure, and support overall well-being. That I always advise that every meal should have at least half the plate filled with colorful vegetables, accompanying your protein source. And no need for fancy dishes, just fresh, clean, and gently prepared. And if today's meal still features a lonely piece of meat or fish on the plate, I hope that after this sharing, your meals will have more color, more balance. That if you find this principle correct, please leave a simple line. I will add more vegetables and fiber to every meal with protein to make my body feel lighter. A plate full of colorful plants is sometimes the shield between you and illness. Golden rule number 3. Don't eat heavy protein meals late at night. Choose the right time to preserve your health. Many older adults still think eating a substantial protein meal in the evening will make their stomach feel full and help them sleep better. But in reality, for some, it can be the opposite. Eating a large, heavy meal, especially one rich in protein and fat, late in the evening can be one of a number of factors contributing to indigestion, heartburn, sleep disturbances, and morning fatigue. Why is that? In the evening, the body naturally begins to wind down, preparing for rest and recovery. The digestive system also tends to slow down. That if, at this time, you consume a large, heavy meal, especially with a lot of protein and fat, digestive organs have to work harder, potentially disrupting your body's natural evening rhythm. This can lead to discomfort, indigestion, and can interfere with falling asleep or staying asleep. That it doesn't stop there. Eating large meals late at night can also contribute to unwanted weight gain over time, as the body is less active and may store more of those calories. This condition, if prolonged, can contribute to issues like fatty liver and other metabolic concerns. Conversely, if you choose the right time, eating your main protein-rich meal earlier in the day, like for lunch or an early dinner, when the digestive system is more active, the body will likely process it better, and it's less likely to interfere with nighttime sleep. That if you need to eat dinner, choose lighter options, a smaller portion of lean protein, a hearty vegetable soup, or a salad with some chicken or fish. Eating your last main meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bed is generally best. Gentle, easy to absorb, allowing the body to rest in its proper rhythm. Ask yourself, are you sleeping poorly, feeling tired, or having abdominal discomfort at night? If so, one factor to consider might be a late, heavy dinner. If you find this principle reasonable and relevant to your situation, please leave a small comment. I will eat lighter, earlier dinners to sleep better and be healthier every day. Starting with the timing of your meals can sometimes be the turning point for a whole journey of longevity. Golden rule number 4. Diversify your protein sources, practice moderation, and rotate them so your body isn't overwhelmed and gets a wide range of nutrients. The human body is like a garden. If you only plant one type of crop year after year, the soil can become depleted and the ecosystem may lose balance. Eating protein is similar. Many people, including older adults, fall into the habit of eating the same few protein sources over and over. Chicken every week, beef every month, only changing it up occasionally. That might seem stable, but in reality, it can lead to a less diverse intake of micronutrients, potentially making the body miss out on the unique benefits of different foods. The fourth golden rule is that protein consumption should be varied, incorporating different types, and always in moderation, to allow the digestive system to process efficiently organs, not to be overloaded, and the body to receive the full benefits of each type of food. For example, this week have baked chicken breast twice. Next week, try salmon or lentil soup. Then switch to lean ground turkey or a small portion of lean beef, occasionally including eggs or Greek yogurt. Such regular rotation and variety will help ensure you get a broad spectrum of amino acids and micronutrients, and prevents dietary boredom. Besides that, moderation is also extremely important. Even if it's a healthy protein source, eating excessive amounts every day can still put pressure on the digestive system, and potentially the kidneys over the very long term for some individuals. Older adults generally benefit from regular, moderate portions of protein spread throughout the day rather than one very large serving. What is gentle and sufficient is truly good. Let each meal be a gentle discovery, a step of knowledgeable care for your own body, and believe that the simplest, most balanced approach is the most sustainable. If you agree with this, please leave a line. I will eat a variety of proteins in moderation so my body can function at its best. From listening to your body today, you sow a healthy old age for tomorrow. My dear friends, the type of meat or protein isn't solely at fault. We just need to know how to choose correctly, cook correctly, and eat correctly as part of an overall balanced diet. Because after 60, every meal is no longer just about being full. It's about living healthily, living long, and living with quality. Today, I've shared 4 golden rules for eating well, so your body is nourished instead of being burdened by less optimal choices. And if you're still struggling amidst a sea of conflicting nutritional information, start with the simplest things I've just mentioned. Not complicated, not expensive, just a little mindfulness, and you'll see your health can improve day by day. If what I've shared has made you feel awakened, relieved, and more informed, please don't hesitate to like the video and share it so others also have the chance to live healthier and happier. Wishing you that every meal is a moment of self-healing. May every choice be a step towards a peaceful old age, living joyfully, healthfully, and very long.